Swinging miss as Kelly strikes out. So no longer do we have a symmetrical ballpark here, as it's 325 to right, 329 to left. The alleys are constant at 365 and 400 to center field.
Let's see that last pitch on the strikeout. Breaking ball. Good stop by Bell, just way out in front.
Glenn Finnerty steps in now. Walked twice. In the third, he scored a run. Walked in the fourth and remained on base.
You see Bell reminding him to keep the ball down, don't overthrow. Stay within yourself. There, right there.
Nicely done, outside corner.
He'd have a nice career making pitches right where he just threw that last one. Might be a changeup.
Comes right in there, and it's 2-2.
Gave him all 5 fingers.
Two balls and 2 strikes, 2 outs, top of the 6th. Score tied at 4. Bell getting a workout back there.
Jim's going to sleep good tonight.
They nicknamed Bell the Hammer. But he's getting hammered a little bit back there today.
Yeah, it's not for his dancing ability, I assure you.
3-2 pitch, strike 3 called. He busted him on the inside part of the plate, and so an impressive first inning debut by the freshman Scott, fanning Kelly and Finnerty, and it's a 1-2-3 6th inning as we go to break. Take another look. We go to the bottom half of the 6th inning at McKeithen Stadium. It's Tampa 4 and Florida 4.
For years, I've done some wild things in our commercials to let you know you'll always get the guaranteed best prices on Michelin tires at Tire Kingdom. You'll also find one of the biggest selections of long mileage Michelin tires anywhere, backed by Tire Kingdom's exclusive mileage guarantees. And at Tire Kingdom, you'll get the fastest service in town. We'll install your Michelin tires in 45 minutes or less, guaranteed. So for the best prices, great selection, guaranteed mileage, and the fastest service anywhere, come to Tire Kingdom.
Do you need a car? Listen, each year government agencies auction, sell, and liquidate thousands of cars and trucks, and the bidding starts as low as $30. Government vehicles, luxury cars taken from drug dealers, criminals, and thousands more seized, repossessed, sold through bankruptcy proceedings. Now find out how you can grab the car you want at government liquidation and bankruptcy prices. Bid as low as $30 for Porsches, Mercedes, Ferraris, Corvettes, family cars, and trucks. Find out how to get the car you want now. Call 1-900-HOT-AUTO. That's 1-900-468-2886. Just $2 a minute.
SEC Weekly every Friday, 6 o'clock Eastern Time with your host, Gus Hergert. All the latest scores, highlights of all your favorite SEC sports and teams, only on Sports Channel, home of the SEC. Check local listings for availability in your area. We move to the bottom of the 6th inning. The line score 4-4-0 for Tampa, and the Gators 4-9-1. And the bottom third of Coach Joe Arnold's batting order set to step in. It'll be Jimmy Bell, Brian Duba, and David Valdez, the scheduled pitchers, and the scheduled hitters, and a new pitcher in, Russell Williams, who warmed up twice down in the bullpen, now makes his debut, a left-hander, 6'3", 200 pounds. So both starting pitchers will not be the pitchers of record in this game, as we are 4-4 here in the bottom of the 6th. Bell 1 for 2 today. There's a shot down the left field line. This will get past Finnerty at third and into the corner. And here is Bell on his way to second, leading off the Gators 6th inning.
Oh, Jimmy Bell, the animated one, gives it the fist, tries to pump his teammates up. Now you got a guy like Brian Duva who's going to try to move him over to third. There's right down the middle, gets the good bat out in front, drives it down the line. It's a double for sure. And the Gators are in business here in the bottom of the 6th.
Gary Gary Graham pitched 5 innings, allowed 9 hits, 4 runs, all earned. But Bell greets Williams with a double to open the Florida 6th inning. Florida has now recorded 10 hits today. You see Joe Arnold in the background there, the top step of the dugout, as he watches his freshman Brian Duva batting. Duva now will bat from the right side of the plate.
Switch hitter. Local kid from Oak Hall, right here in Gainesville, Florida. Looking down at Dave Howard to get his signs. First baseman Jimenez charging on that last pitch. Let's see if they try to cross him up or they have Duva bunt. Duva did show bunt. Gators like that slash play where they fake the bunt, draw it back, and swing.
1-0 pitch. Swung on, hit into the air in right field. Venata drifting back 2 or 3 steps in front of the warning track. Deep enough for the runner at second base to come on to third, and Bell slides in safely. And so Duva gets it done. Normally you would think of a guy going to the opposite way on the infield, but this was a fly ball deep enough to right to move Bell to third base and just 90 feet away from giving the Gators the lead.
And a quality at bat, moving a runner over to scoring position with 1 out where he could score other than a base hit. Let's see it right here. This pitch is up and away, but he goes after it because he knows anything hit to the right side has the chance to move that runner over to third. And this is fairly easy for Bell. Almost slips on that. He said it's a soft track here today. It really makes it in at third easily.
And here's David Valdez up there in a clutch situation. Go-ahead run just 90 feet away with 1 out.
And it's going to be very interesting to see how Lelo Prado has his defense play. Up the middle, he's got him halfway in at first and third.
That's high and away for a ball.
Actually, up the middle, they creep in a little bit inside of halfway. But they're not in a traditional infield in situation. Shortstop playing halfway, everybody else now in.
Popped up and out of play behind the first base dugout.
This is the type of guy, Valdez, that does not have a great deal of power, and you would probably want to play him in. 2-1 count. You do have to respect the squeeze.
Bottom half of the 6th. Game tied 4-4. And the 2-1 pitch. High for a ball. 3-1. Valdez, the number 9 hitter, with Dave Majeski, the leadoff man, in the on-deck circle.
Now, as a coach, you have to think about situations here. 3-1. Do you let him swing away or do you have him take?
3-1 pitch. Popped up, right side, might be a play. It's in foul territory. They're running over there, but they can't come up with it, as Jimenez and Urso giving chase. And Valdez will return to the batter's box.
If Jimenez makes that catch, he's going to have a tough time throwing out Bell, who's tagging at third. So maybe a break for Tampa that he doesn't come up with that ball.
Let it go.
This Jimenez, a big guy running full tilt away from the play, almost went into a slide to try to catch it. He would have had to come up, turn around, whirl, and put the ball on the money. If you look at the big first baseman right there. 2-run home run today.
Which gave Tampa at the time its only lead, 4-3, but Herbert Perry homered to tie it at 4-4, last inning for Florida. There's a base hit, right field. It falls in front of Venata. And Valdez with an RBI, giving the Gators a 5-4 lead. And how about that? Second base hit today for the number 9 hitter, the Gators' second baseman, David Valdez.
You look at Bell getting the glad hand all around, scoring the Gators' 5th run. And the 3-2 pitch, he's right down Broadway, and he lines it into right field. Venata looks like he was fooled on that one again, but a tough play if he decides to dive for it. But the guy known for his defense, David Valdez, comes up with 2 clutch hits today.
Here's the top of the batting order now, and Dave Majeski. Gators with 5 runs, 11 hits, 2 errors. 4 runs, 4 hits, no errors for Tampa. Majeski last year hit .314, and he's off to a 1-for-3 start today. No balls, 1 strike. And there's a pop-up left side in foul territory again as Finnerty drifting over there will make the catch. Another foul pop-up, second time today. Majeski has popped up in foul territory to Finnerty, and Finnerty has made 3 catches like that in foul ground. Two outs now in the Florida 6th inning. Kevin Polkovich will come up. Single, a run scored in the first, but then he grounded out to Finnerty in the second and grounded out to Macaluso, the shortstop, in the 5th inning.
David Valdez at first base, and now the Gators have the option to try to get him in motion here, try to get him in scoring position with 2 out.
And they've got him picked off first base. If they can make the play, the throw down is going to be not in time, and it's going to be an advancement as Valdez gets to second base.
They got to score at a stolen base, but a bad throw. They've got him dead to rights right here. Fooled. He's going on the first move, and the ball, you could see this Macaluso falling on the baseball. The umpire had to wait and see as he was momentarily shielded by Valdez.
So now the Gators have another runner down at scoring position. 2 outs for Kevin Polkovich, the shortstop. .340 hitter last year at Gulf Coast Community College. Hit .340 one season and .345 in another. Coach Arnold has said he doesn't have to hit near that here, just has to play with the glove, and he was a Gold Glove junior college player. But having said that, he would certainly love to have Polkovich deliver with a base hit in this situation. Here's the pitch, and it's high.
You always like to get more than a 1-run lead. It takes away a lot of the opponent's options offensively, especially when you start getting in 7, 8, and 9 innings.
Valdez down at second. Drove in the go-ahead run a moment ago. This inning opened as Jimmy Bell busted a double down the left field line. Took third on a fly ball off the bat of Brian Duva, and then Valdez with the single to right, giving Florida the 5-4 lead.
If you look at Russell Williams, he played 2 years at the University of Georgia. He's from Gainesville, Georgia.
The 3-0 pitch. Nice stop there by Hamilton. Gators have another base runner. First and second now for Brian Purvis.
When Hamilton went out to talk to Russell Williams the pitch before, he was probably out there to settle him down. Look, I know you had the guy picked off. You should be in the dugout right now, but you got to forget about it. You still have a job to do, and you can't lose your concentration just because we screwed up defensively. You got to take the ball and finish it off.
Center fielder number 7.
So Russell Williams in a bit of a jam now, and he'll face a left-hander, Brian Purvis. Purvis is 1 for 3 today. Triple, RBI, and a run scored. 2 outs, 6th inning, 2 on, 5-4 Florida lead. Runner is not moving.
Matt Hudson up and throwing in the Tampa bullpen.
Last year, the Gators hit .281, averaged 5.5 runs per game. I'd like to increase that a little bit here. We mentioned they had only 38 home runs. 1-0 pitch.
At the big league level, over 5 runs would be a nice average for a team they have. In college ball, aluminum bats, you want to get a little higher than that. The teams that are in the top 20, you get teams like Oklahoma State, they're scoring 8, 9 runs a game average.
Well, Tampa at the Division II level last year, I think, was 7.7 in racking up 45 victories, 14 defeats. Breaking ball down and away. Now it's 2-1 to Purvis, and Herbert Perry in the on-deck circle. He homered in his last at-bat. There's Herbert.
Herbert Perry getting ready to keep his 1,000 batting average intact.
And the pitch. That'll make it 3 balls and 1 strike. Just 1 pitch away from loading them up for Perry. Game a little more than 2 hours old here. And moving along at a 3-hour plus clip. This is the first of 2 here today, as yesterday's game was rained out. You'll see only the opener today on Sports Channel. Check swing, foul ball out of play. Mick Hubert along with Nick Belmonte. We're glad that you're with us on Sports Channel, as we'll be here throughout this 1991 season to bring you Florida Gator baseball. Today from McKeithen Stadium at Perry Field on the campus of the University of Florida. 3 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 out. And the Gators have them loaded as Valdez will move to third, Polkovich at second, and a base runner, Purvis, at first.
David Valdez forgot the count right there, 3-2. He was holding fast over there at second base. Dave Howard, I said, yeah, you gotta check the strikes.
And I think they've made the motion down to the bullpen as Marty Reed is out, and it's a short work today for Russell Williams, the junior left-hander. He walked a couple, and going to see some movement now as the Spartans will bring in their 3rd pitcher of this day. I think that's Matt Hudson coming in, right-hander.
Matt Hudson, junior transfer from Hillsborough Community College, where he was 13-2. Was tabbed the most valuable pitcher there, 2nd team All-State from Gaither High School in Tampa.
So Williams goes 2/3 of an inning, walked a couple, and gave up 2 hits, a run, as the Gators have taken a 5-4 lead here in the bottom half of the 6th inning. And Herbert Perry is set to move in there as Marty Reed and the Tampa team wasted no time in getting Williams out of there, a left-hander, because the Gator cleanup man, the big right-handed hitting Herbert Perry, will move in there, and so they brought the right-hander Hudson out of the bullpen to match righty against righty anyway. Well, Joe Arnold begins his 8th season. 266 Gator victories, 155 defeats, 63% winning margin, and overall, Joe in his 15th season, 582 victories, 224 on the defeat side. He holds a 6-3 record against the Tampa Spartans. Gators have won 3 in a row against today's opposition. Ominous looking clouds out there beyond the O'Connell Center. Speaking of the O-Dome, congratulations in order to Lon Kruger and the Florida Gator basketball team for their outstanding double overtime win last night in Oxford, Mississippi. Gators winning on the road in the SEC, a 91-81 basketball victory, and the freshman Craig Brown with 28 points for a career high. And Brown took over in the 2nd overtime when he made 13 of his 28, and the Gators winning by 10. Gator basketball in action next on Wednesday night on the road at Auburn. So Perry steps in. We're ready to resume with Gator baseball here from Perry Field. Florida leading 5-4, 2 outs, bases loaded, bottom half of the 6th inning. Hudson is ready and pitching. Fastball upstairs for ball 1.
Well, fastball is his best pitch, and he's going to challenge Herbert Perry, so this should be cheese against cheese.
1-0 pitch. That's ball 2. Perry has been on base 3 times today. An infield single in the 1st, a walk in the 3rd, and a home run in the 5th inning. A home run which cleared the left center field fence and perhaps went to, about maybe 380 feet perhaps out there.
Right now, if you're a hitter, you're looking for a pitch in your zone, fastball right over the plate.
There is a breaking ball called a strike.
And that's good patience because you're looking fastball. You get a different look. You've got some more pitches. Don't swing at a pitch you're not looking for. So good discipline by Herbert.
Perry, the 7th man to come to bat in the Florida 6th. Another bending pitch. Breaks over and is called a strike, much to the chagrin of the fans here at Perry Field. Called a strike at the knees in the outside corner.
2 good pitches by Hudson. 2 fastballs he throws for balls, and then he comes with a little cut fastball.
Perry swings on a 2-2 offering and pops it up down the right field side in foul territory and beyond the fence and out of play. And so the base runners will have to retreat back to their respective positions.
There's not a lot of movement on that pitch that he throws for the breaking ball, but enough to where it'll throw your timing off. On the other hand, Ron Scott has a lot of movement on his. Now watch, just a little different wrinkle. You really have to make just a quick adjustment.
Here's the 2-2 pitch. Herbert laid off of that, and wisely so, and now we've run the string full. 3-2, 2 outs, and the bases loaded.
Well, he goes breaking ball 4 pitches in a row. One of them fouled off, and he's got a 3-2 count. So does he give him that same pitch again, or does he challenge him with the fastball?
All right, here we go. Breaking pitch down in the dirt, but Perry swung and missed.
They may say foul ball.
Yeah, I believe he got just a bit, and out of the dugout comes the Tampa head coach, Lelo Prado, who is arguing the call. He says, no, I think it was strike 3, but the home plate umpire, John Wilson, said it was a foul tip. The inning remains alive for the Gators.
Let's see if we can see anything here. He's not even close. Oh, well. When you're hot, you're hot.
Little smile there from Herbert.
Herbert was heading towards the dugout after he swung.
There's a curveball.
You knew anything
was going to be
you got that right.
If that was in 6 inches of the black, it's over. And Perry is called out on strikes. The Gators strand 3, but they take the lead. We move to the 7th. It's 5-4 Florida.
Whoever thought this would happen? Whoever thought a teacher from West Virginia would be teaching a class in Budapest?
Good morning.
But here I am, part of the first Peace Corps team in Eastern Europe. We're here to help Hungarian teachers learn how to teach English. It's an amazing time to be here. For these people, English is the language of opportunity, and they can't get enough of it.
How are you doing today?
Great. But language isn't the only thing we share. I'm learning Hungarians are a lot like we are. They love their freedom, and they're open to new ideas.
True first of freedom, and the government of the people, by the people, for the people, shall not perish from the earth.
We all have a lot of work ahead of us, but I can't think of any job I'd rather have.
Be part of the future with the Peace Corps, the toughest job you'll ever love.
Sports Channel's live NHL coverage continues later this afternoon with a hockey doubleheader at 5. The Hartford Whalers against the New York Islanders on Long Island. And at 8 o'clock, the Pittsburgh Penguins against the Boston Bruins in the Boston Garden. Check local listings for availability in your area. We'll join that 8 o'clock game live on Sports Channel. And a 5-4 ball game here as we move to the 7th. And Matt Snyder steps in for the Spartans against Ron Scott, the left-hander in relief of John Burke and working in his 2nd inning. Scott had 2 strikeouts last inning, and for the day now, Tampa hitters have struck out 11 times. Snyder singled there in the 3rd inning, and he struck out in the 4th. Two balls and 1 strike. And that'll be called ball 3. Busts a strike in the inside part of the plate. He's taken him full at 3-2.
That pitch may have looked inside, but it's where it comes across the plate, not where it ends up.
And the 3-2 pitch. Swung on and popped up behind the plate. Jim Bell comes back toward the screen. Can he make a play? And he can't get it.
Yeah, it hit the top of the screen, then fell in his glove. Or hit halfway down.
The Gators with 5 runs, 11 hits, and 1 error this afternoon. I checked at 2 errors. 4 runs, 4 hits, no errors for Tampa. Number 9 hitter Matt Snyder. Swing and a foul tip, but hung on by Bell. And so Ron Scott has been mighty fine here. He struck out 3 of the 4 he's faced.
And 3 in a row. This is outside corner, just foul tipped and held on by Bell.
And the other guy that he did not strike out was the first man he faced, Panetta, who hit a ground ball that Scott perhaps had to work harder than anybody on to get the guy out covering first base.
So he's given up a little ground ball and 3 strikeouts. Looking very impressive as you look at Joe Urso.
Twelve Gator strikeouts today. 1-0 pitch in the dirt, but scooped out of there. Kind of a glove save there by Jim Bell. Here's the 2-0 pitch. In the ball game today, Joe Urso, nothing for 3. He is yet to hit the ball out of the infield. 2-1 pitch. And again a ground ball. Scott off the mound. Nice play. And he was able to make that play because being a left-handed pitcher, he had the glove side available.
And he does it just right. It's the footwork on this play is what you're looking at. And that's what allows him to do that. He tries to pull the outside pitch. He just hits a little nubber. As you said, the advantage to the left-hander on a play like that, but the feet are planted just right. Makes a good, strong throw right on the money. Good athletic play right there. And we've seen 2 good athletic plays from Ron Scott today.
The shortstop, Macaluso, steps in. 0 for 2. But yet has reached base twice and has scored 2 runs. Tries to bunt and bunts it foul, rolling over toward the Gator dugout. See the SEC logo there on the wall in foul ground. There's also the script Gators painted as Perry Field looking mighty fine for this opening day here today. They've done a great job not only on the playing field in spite of the wet grounds and the rainy weather yesterday, but also in the general repainting of the ballpark. 0-2 pitch, swung on and popped up. Third baseman Herbert Perry comes in on the grass. He will make the catch, and it is a quick inning by Scott in the 7th. 1, 2, 3, no runs, no hits, no errors. And the fans will now come to their feet for a 7th inning stretch in Gainesville with the score, Gators 5 and Tampa 4.
Sports
Sports Channel presents RCA's Sports Blunder Video Contest. Have your funniest home sports videos shown on TV and win valuable prizes. Each month, we'll give away a 20-inch RCA color TV, 2 tickets to a pro or college sporting event, and a Sports Channel t-shirt. Each month's first prize winner will compete for an RCA home theater. Send your funny homemade sports videos to RCA's Sports Blunder Video Contest, P.O. Box 555, Emerson, New Jersey, 07630. Entry should be no longer than 5 minutes and on VHS tape only. Contest ends June 28, 1991.
Gator action continues here on Sports Channel. Tuesday at 9, Gators swimming, Tennessee against the Gators in the O'Connell Center pool. Friday at 7, Florida basketball with Lon Kruger. We'll have highlights of Gator basketball games. And then that same night, 11 o'clock, women's basketball, South Florida against the Lady Gators. Check local listings for Gator Vision coverage in your area. Home half of the 7th, and the Gators lead 5-4. Brent Killen leading off the Florida 7th inning. Killen today is 1 for 2, a first inning triple, and a run scored. Swings on this ball, hits it into the gap, left field, and a diving play by Rod Kelly. But a base hit for Killen. Oh, no, I guess they do. Yeah, okay. He got the ball. A nice play there by Kelly.
He called it an elbow. What made it suspect is Kelly comes up gunning, which makes you think that he doesn't come up with it.
And Killen was sprinting around first. Take a look from this angle.
Well, initially it looked like he caught it, but then as the play continues, he gets up and fires at the second base, which is the correct play anyway if you're an outfielder.
Matt Hudson, the third Tampa pitcher, facing Bo Campusano. An RBI single for Bo in the first. Gators scored 3 runs in the first inning and staked John Burke to a 3-run lead. Tampa added 2 in the third inning and then took a 4-3 lead in the 5th. But the Gators got single runs in the 5th and 6th to retake the lead. And we presently stand 5-4, Florida by 1. Campusano, 6-footer, 185-pounder out of Lely High School in Naples. 1-2 pitch inside. And the 2-2 delivery. Another pitch inside. And now we have a 3-2 count to Campusano.
We saw Bo hit some home runs last year to the right side, the left side. He'll hit it where it's pitched. Good power to all field.
That's fouled back. Robert Anthony Campusano Jr. Bo was born on January 1st, 1971.
That makes it simple.
1-1-7-1. 3-2 pitch, bouncing ball. Third baseman Finnerty has had a good glove today, and he throws him out. 2 outs in the Gators' 7th. And scheduled to bat now will be the Florida catcher, Jim Bell.
Matt Hudson doing a good job since he's come on. Retired all 3 hitters that he has faced. In the big out, Herbert Perry striking him out with bases loaded in the bottom of the 6th.
There's a fastball called a strike. And the 0-1 pitch. breaking ball called a strike. So it's 1-2. Brian Duva in the on-deck circle.
There's Hudson, 5'10", 195.
One ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bottom half of the 7th inning. That evens the count. And the 2-2 pitch from Hudson. Another 3-2 count upcoming. Bell with a first inning single. He grounded out to Glenn Finnerty, the Spartan third baseman in the 4th inning. Doubled to open the 6th and scored a run. 3-2 pitch, and he will walk again. Gators with a 2-out base runner. And coming in to bat now will be Brian Duva, the designated hitter today.
Well, Bell with 2 out, not a likely candidate to run, but did have 4 stolen bases, and last year 4 out of 6. Joe Arnold has always told me that he likes the way Jimmy Bell runs, so you never know. He may start him up here with 2 out.
And the pitch called a strike on the outside part of the plate. Duva had a good preseason and was inserted into the opening day starting lineup, but also we have to make note that Rick Britton has been bothered in the preseason by back spasms. He led the Gators in hitting last year. Left-handed bat and can play some left field with great speed. That's Dave Howard in his 5th year as the Gator third base coach.
Well, if something's on, 1-1 is not a bad count to do something.
1-1 pitch, sharply hit on the ground, right field for a base hit. Gators have pounded out a dozen hits this afternoon, and so with 2 outs in the 7th, a mini rally of sorts as Bell is on there at second base, and Brian Duva has his first Florida Gator base hit.
So all 4 new Gators have at least 1 hit in their first start in the orange and blue.
And every hitter in the lineup has a base hit now, including Perry with 2 and Valdez with 2. Jimmy Bell has 2. Runners at first and second, 2 outs in the 7th. Valdez been a good stick here today with a double in the 4th and then a single and an RBI. He drove in Bell to give the Gators their 5-4 lead. That was last inning. One ball and 1 strike.
Ozzie Timmons playing center field, in my opinion, a little too deep with Valdez, the number 9 hitter up. If there's a ground ball through the middle, he's going to have a tough time throwing out Bell.
Good point, and the wind also blowing in, too. That's Bell down at second base.
You're going to make a guy like Valdez hit it over your head with the wind in the hitter's face. It's more likely Valdez will hit a base hit up the middle.
A ball and 2 strikes. Hit on the ground to the right side. Urso has it and makes the play to first, and so the Gators threaten. After 2 outs, they strand 2 runners, and we have played 7 innings of baseball from McKeithen Stadium at Perry Field. The score remains Florida 5 and Tampa 4.
I'm alone now, but I'm not lonely. Oh, for a while I believed the myth that it's all downhill as you grow older. But now I know there are people who need me as much as I need them. feeling alive is as simple as sharing the experience of a lifetime.
For your continuing good health from the American Medical Association.
Do trees think? Can plant life feel? Do they fear fire? If they do, they're not alone. More people are moving to our forests, so be careful with fire. You could hurt a lot more than trees.
With Nick Melbani, this is Mick Hubert back here at Perry Field in Gainesville, Florida, as the Gators leading the Tampa Spartans by a score of 5-4. Move to the top of the 8th inning. As you get a look at the Gator fans gathered here on this opening day. Mostly sunny skies, and breezy temperature, breezy conditions, mild temperatures though. Not a bad day for baseball, considering the fact that yesterday's scheduled opening game was rained out. Ozzie Timmons, the hitter for Tampa.
There's a big hitter in their lineup right here. This guy can do a lot of things. They need to keep him off the base paths in a one-run ball game.
1-0 pitch from Scott, misses outside. He's missed on his first 2 pitches, and Bell goes to the mound again. Been a good debut here for Scott. He's faced 6 men, retired them all, struck out half of them. Nobody's hit the ball out of the infield.
Come on, Alfie, come on, kid.
He's pitching in front 5-4, chance to pick up the victory. If he can get the next 6 Spartans out of there. There is action down there in the Gator bullpen, though.
Looks like Pritchard.
Yeah. It is.
Yep.
Had Todd McCray in the bullpen last year, and Pritchard a little bit too, but with McCray departed, and Pritchard is the main stopper down there now. Good season last year by Pritchard. So Joe's got them all lined up. Comes out with his ace and then throws in a high school All-American #2 and got his closer warming up, if needed, #3 down there in the bullpen. And so Scott has permitted his first base runner. And it's a rather ominous 8th inning opening now here for Tampa as Timmons walks to lead off this inning.
Jose Jimenez coming up. Last time up back in the 5th inning. Hit a home run that at the time put Tampa ahead.
At first, Scott throwing over there. Killen is the Gator first baseman. Timmons stole 11 bases in 17 attempts last year. Jimenez hits this one to right field, but should be playable. In front of the warning track. Camposano is under it, and the first out here in the 8th inning.
That time tried to do the same thing with a pitch, got inside to him a little bit and wasn't able to extend the arms and do much with it.
And Greg Hamilton, the catcher, steps in. 6 foot tall, 200-pound sophomore. Hit .304 last year, drove in 36 runs.
You saw that stat right there. That's a hitter's nightmare. He's already got the hat trick. 4 strikeouts in a game, of course, is the sombrero.
I believe we had a couple of those last year on our telecast.
I think we saw a few.
Inside.
And players could be so cruel because they'll let you know. If you had the hat trick, everybody will throw their hats to sombrero, or the dreaded zombie, they call it. Then if you're lucky enough to get the 5 and 6 strikeouts in the game, it becomes the golden sombrero and then the diamond.
Scott with a quick move and trickles away from Killen, but the base runner cannot advance. That's quite a move by Scott there and kind of a snap throw.
Right, I'm not a big fan of that move. I think you can't put as much on that ball. Plus, your mechanics throwing it in the direction you want to are not normal. You're so used to stepping and throwing, and now you're just throwing it with your arm. You saw what could have happened.
The 0-1 pitch. Fastball called a strike just to the outside part of the plate. 0-2 now as Timmons remains at first. 1 out here in the 8th. Florida leading Tampa 5-4. And Scott calls for time. The Gators have led here today 3-0. And 4-3, and now 5-4. There's a bouncing ball. Could be a tough play defensively. The play to first is in time. Herbert Perry with some range there. Runner moves down to second.
Herbert was in control, and it was just a matter of when he was going to get rid of the ball. He had to fight off a little bit of confusion, some people in his way. But once he did that, he righted himself, had the shoulder square, and made the good, strong throw to first base.
So now the tying run is down in scoring position at second with 2 outs in the Spartans' 8th inning. Tim Venata is the hitter as Joe Arnold makes a trip to the mound.
And you would think right here he's going to make the move with Pritchard, and he just signaled because now you got righty against righty. And another thing is, I'm sure they have seen Pritchard pitch to Venata since Venata played here last year. There was inter-squad games, and they might think he's the guy to do the job against Tim Venata. Plus, he's the guy that's going to be your closer, and you want to bring him in these kind of situations.
So a nice hand for Ron Scott, freshman from Sarasota. Pitched well, struck out 3. Walked 1, and he is leaving the game here, pitching to 9 hitters. He pitches 2 2/3 innings.
Well, you think of the job that he did. He gave up a couple of dribble ground balls, a pop-up, another dribble that we just saw, 1 fly ball, struck out 3, and only gave up 1 walk. So, I mean, outstanding first effort for Ron Scott. Now, John Pritchard's coming in, and his last year totals were 6-3 record with 2 saves, a 2.71 ERA. 83 innings pitched, 29 walks, 67 strikeouts. So those are good strikeout walk ratio right there. Hit 4 batters through 2 wild pitches.
Number 23, John Pritchard.
Only 25 earned runs in 83 innings, and the hit total less than the innings pitched. So it showed you the kind of year that John Pritchard had. Fastball, forkball pitcher. And the forkball really drops down, and that was his bread and butter.
So Venata was the first man to face Ron Scott, and now he will be the first man to face John Pritchard. Right-hander against right-hander. Venata singled off John Burke in the second, hit the ball hard to center field, then walked in the 4th, and as I mentioned, Scott retired him in the 6th when he hit a ground ball to Killen. Between first and second, that Scott, after a slow start, recovered quickly to get over and cover the bag, and they retired Venata 3-1 in the 6th inning. So now a key situation arising here with the tying run at second base, and Tampa batting with 2 outs in the 8th inning, and you see the Gators protecting a 1-run lead. Timmons on at second. Pritchard comes inside for ball 1.
Infielders have to be reminded in this situation with 2 outs, any ground ball within their reach, to just try to get a glove on it and knock it down, keep that runner at third.
Pritchard looks in. Bell gives him the sign. Right-hander to the belt and pitching. 2 balls and no strikes. Pritchard, 5'11", 185 pounds, out of Winter Park High School in Orlando. Here's the 2-0. Swung out and fouled out of play down the right field line. Timmons on at second base, representing the tying run. That's David Valdez in the background there, the second baseman. 2 balls, 1 strike. Pritchard is ready. And missing again, it's 3-1.
Timmons could actually be getting a bigger lead than he is down there at second base, and that could become crucial if Venata hits a ball up the middle, although Timmons does have good speed. They're playing Venata fairly deep in right and left field. Purvis playing him about where he needs to, but it's a moot point here with ball 4.
Yep, Pritchard has lost him.
You look at Dave Majewski in left, he was playing fairly deep. I don't think he would have had much of a chance from where he was to throw anybody out on a ground ball base hit.
Well, that's 6 walks issued by Florida pitching here today. They have 12 strikeouts. And with runners at first and second, Rod Kelly, freshman left fielder, steps in. That gets away from Bell. The runner is trying to advance. Bell throws it down to third to Perry, and the call is safe.
Well, that's going to be a pass ball. That ball has to be caught. Good strong throw by Bell once the ball did get away, but
yeah, even though the ball maybe hit off the heel, Bell had time to get over there, but the throw was just a little bit late.
That was a good call. He was in there. He got in with the right hand first.
Timmons at third, Venata at second. There's a fly ball hit to center field. Brian Purvis racing over. He's under it, and he makes the catch. And the rally has been doused here in the 8th inning. No runs and 2 runners left aboard. We go to the home half of the 8th with the score Florida 5 and Tampa 4.
Randy Travis, he's the best.
Still the real things are.
What a voice.
Hello.
Hi.
It's when you found the real thing.
Think he's as cute in person? What I wouldn't give to meet a guy like him. Hey, Julie, want to ring up this Coca-Cola Classic?
Thank you. Can't beat the real thing.
What girl's gonna go for me with a body like this?
Hang in there, Tom. I'm you 2 years from now, because you're drinking milk and working out.
Well, I'm not changing so far.
But milk's at work inside you.
Oh, yeah?
And tomorrow the difference can show. All that protein for muscle and calcium for bones.
But I'm still a skinny bench warmer.
Hey, if the sight of yourself at 18 doesn't convince you, Tom, listen to your senior year girlfriend.
Hi, Tom. I'm waiting.
Milk. It does a body good.
Bottom half of the 8th inning. Here at McKeithen Stadium, Florida leading 5-4. Gators have out-hit them 12-4, but Tampa's made the most of their hits. And Joe Arnold says, it'd be nice if we could get another run or 2 maybe. It's a tight ball game, bottom half of the 8th, and for Coach Arnold, he will send up there the top of his batting order. Dave Majewski, Kevin Polkovich, and Brian Purvis, the 1-2-3 hitters scheduled to bat in the 8th.
And Matt Hudson's done a good job since he's come on.
First pitch of the 8th inning to Majewski. Majewski is 1 for 4 today. Swinging right side. Urso over to first. Tampa has played errorless baseball today.
You can see those ground balls really die on that manicured field. It was wet conditions yesterday, so they really dumped a lot of extra dirt on it, and the drying agent as well. So any ball that hits that really slows down. Because anyone who watches University of Florida games, the field through the years has been rock hard.
Yeah, this really is unusual, and may not see it too many times this year, the field being this soft, because once it starts to dry out and warm up, it starts baking out there, and it's a very hard infield.
But that's by design, too. Joe Arnold likes to keep it that way. I don't know if he's going to switch it up this year, but in the past, they like to just bake it, as you say.
The 1-1 pitch is tapped foul over near the Florida dugout, and 1 ball and 2 strikes. Second game yet to follow. Don't forget, you'll see National Hockey League action on Sports Channel coming up at 5 o'clock Eastern Time. 1-2 pitch. Curveball swung on, hit into the air, right center field. They're converging on it, but they can't cover it. It bounces to the warning track between Timmons and Venata. And here's the Gators' Kevin Polkovich rounding second, sliding in safely with a triple. Into the gap in right center field. So Polkovich now has a pair of hits in the game.
He hesitated around second, but he makes it into third, and it's really important that he gets into third base with 1 out. This way he can score on a variety of things other than a base hit, and it was worth the gamble. And once again, left fielder, I hate to pick on this guy, but Rod Kelly needs to be backing up third base on anything hitting the gap opposite field. Just in case that ball gets thrown away. It may happen 1 out of 100 times, may not happen at all, but you need to be there just in case.
There's a base hit to right field off the bat of Brian Purvis, and an insurance run, and a big one it is, as Venata bobbles the ball in right field, and Purvis with great speed will continue on in, and he'll slide in safely. Perhaps a hit and an error as the Gators get another run, and they take a 6-4 lead.
Yeah, this is definitely going to be a hit and an error. Venata just doesn't come up with it cleanly. This thing is scorched through the hole. Venata in position, it just gets under his glove. E9 on the board, first error for Tampa.
Yeah, we had commented on their errorless baseball play to that point.
A kiss of death, right?
Gators have 14 hits and I think a half dozen extra base hits. I think
yeah,
a pair of doubles, 3 triples, and a homer today.
14 hits. Tampa has 4, and up to before that last pitch, it was a 1-run game. Go figure.
Here's Herbert Perry. Swinging, bouncing ball, left side. Macaluso up with it, throws over to first. Retiring Perry. And nice play because it keeps Purvis stranded at second base with 2 outs now.
And a good play by Purvis, realizing that if he went, he'd be dead at third. Taking a runner out of scoring position. He realized that, got back to second base. And watch Purvis, see if you can get him in the shot. He starts to go, but he realizes if he does, he's going to be dead. But it's so important to have that runner at second base in scoring position, and he makes the adjustment.
Brent Killen steps in now, a foul ball. Killen today with a triple, a run scored in the first, ground out in the third, walk in the fifth, fly out in the seventh.
Looking at the pitches that Hudson throws, it would seem like Killen would fare pretty well against him. His curveball doesn't move a lot, so Killen, if he anticipates right here, I think he'll put a charge in one.
Gators leading now 6-4, bottom half of the 8th. Purvis at second base. The 0-1 pitch, breaking ball, evens the count at 1-1. Bo Camposano would be next. One ball, 2 strikes. Camposano, he also singled back in that first inning for Florida. Gators scored 3 runs on 6 hits in the first inning. Tampa later rallied to take a 4-3 lead at one point. Here's the 1-2 pitch, and that'll be in there. Perhaps it will fall in front of the left fielder, Rod Kelly, and the Gators get another run as Purvis scores in a 2-run 8th inning now, has given Florida a 7-4 lead as Killen with an RBI single.
And this is what we were saying. He doesn't try to do too much with it. A situation hitter. He has good plate coverage, and that's important, especially with 2 outs. He's the guy that Joe Arnold said he was going to drive the runners home. He somehow is going to get them in. He does that just perfectly right there. And you can see run number 7 crossing the plate. It's a 3-run game. As you look at Brent Killen, who's had a nice first day as a Florida Gator. Of course, his day is just beginning. They got to play one more after this.
Killen 2 for 4. Here's Camposano on the ground, left side. Third baseman Finnerty throws over to second, and a nice play by Urso to retire Florida in the 8th inning. But the Gators get 2 runs on 3 hits. And as we go to the 9th inning of play, it's Florida 7 and Tampa 4.